Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. And yes, this is, I know, long overdue. This is like a buy now before rare video, and all of this is just based on looking at these games, how like the price charting for them is going. I'm trying to think. I don't actually remember, except for maybe two of the games on this list, that I actually ever see them at a retail store. So nope, correction. There's three on here that I saw at a retail store, and then there's one that for unforeseen circumstances, I've ordered it. It just hasn't come in yet. So, and when we get to it, you'll know which one it is. But so all these games I just went there and looked, and just to see how their price charting looks, and it's just, I think they've reached their low points. I don't see any of these games getting any reprints. So what's out there is what's out there. Unfortunately, for some of you that are probably wanting to get some of these games, and you can see two of them right off the bat, that I feel that they're just amazing games, especially because these are like in series. So as new entries come out, these older ones are just going to get harder and harder to find. And I feel that just the pricing for them will eventually just have nowhere else to go but up. This is just my opinion, and I'm putting this out there right now. Not financial advice. I know I say this for every video, and yes, it is not financial advice. And I know the elephant in the room everyone is thinking about is looking at this spiffy sweater that I have. Look at that. Merry Mario! And this was actually an early Christmas present from Acro Priest. So a big shout out and thank you to him for this awesome gift. And I know it's kind of contradictory. You have Mario and then I got Bowser hat. But hey, you know what? Nintendo's Nintendo. They can just learn to get along. So, very first game on this list that I actually have, it was in a community spotlight that I did with Acro Priest, is here for Slay the Spire. Now, when I went through and I did the video for this with him, and we were talking all about it, I did not actually look it up, but I did look at the price charting for it. And if you actually were to go on and look at it for right now, what you could find it for, going for brand new, according to the price charting, it says that you're looking for around 45 to 50 bucks. And when I went there, looked on eBay, and for what you could buy, yeah, that seems to be about the price you're going for. But mainly what I'm finding are not new prices. Mainly they're all like used. So if you're actually looking for the used price, you're looking at roughly around $30. So it's not an expensive game. It was a fun game. I can actually see how this is actually a pretty good time sink if you're just looking for nothing too in-depth. But it's just the gameplay. It does have some strategy involved into it as a deck building game, and it was just a really fun time. And if you're interested in it, check out the video that I had and we talked about it, and you can get a little bit more information about it. The very next game is the one that I actually just did a video for this with my wife for yesterday, that she was talking about here for Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes. Now, and I mentioned that it is a fairly easy game to get, and yeah, it is fairly easy. You can't find this at retail, at least I don't know. Maybe in the bigger areas, but where I live, no, it's not there. You can't even find it at like my used store or GameStop or anything like that. So if you're actually looking for it around here for that, the price charting for it has it going for Let me see. I had it up here. If you're actually, now this is what I don't understand, because the price charting for it says roughly around $25 is what you could find this for. I'm like, and when I was looking for this to try and to buy that or buy it, or just looking at it for price wise, it is not going for that. It is actually going for around 35 to 40 bucks. So the price charting and then what it is that people are selling it for, there's a slight variation there. And so, but it's still a very cheap, very fun game. I mean, if she got 50 to 60 hours out of this, so 30 to 45 bucks, if you're looking around for this, that definitely doesn't, I don't think that's a waste of money. And it seems like it's a very good time especially if you're a Fire Emblem fan, into tactical role-playing games. Or actually, the Warriors games are more like action role-playing games in which you can actually you're just mashing the button and you're attacking in real time, but just mowing down hundreds of people. And so next we actually go starting in to these series. And the reason I chose this series to go through and look at some of these games here, I'm not doing the entire series. I'm just doing a couple of games from it. For the Legend of Heroes series, there were the Trails games, if you would prefer for that to be called. So I have here this first two sets of Trails Through Daybreak 1 and 2. And these are, after I've played Trails in the Sky, the first chapter, super pumped for the second chapter. I will eventually get around to playing these, but now since everything is kind of coming out right now, because like they've talked about, it's already confirmed for the second chapter. There's people are talking about the possibility for the third chapter. So if I could just play these all in order, that seems like a really good way to be able to go through and play. And I've already got these games here, so I don't have to worry about waiting for new ones to come out if I so choose. So, but both of these games, if you're actually looking to get these now, they are still holding their price at retail price right now, at 60 bucks. Is what you're looking at for getting these for brand new. I was trying to look for it to see for used. I didn't see, for this first one, I didn't really see that many of them. But even then on the used, it looked like there wasn't that much of a difference between them. I think it was going for around 50 bucks. But this one here, Trails Through Daybreak 2, is actually going for a little bit cheaper. It's going for roughly around, used at like $45. But still, the fact that brand new after a few years, holding their price, still going, I mean, that's almost like the Mario games where Nintendo first party games that they just don't want them to go on sale. And it just seems like maybe I've missed them, but I haven't seen that these games in particular have gone on sale. And especially we have the brand new one that's actually coming out. I can't remember what it is. I think it's Trails Through Horizon or something like that. I know Horizon is in the name. But, so I just feel that with this, the Skies in the first chapter, and if everything with this series going on, everyone is going to start looking at these games a lot more, and they're just going to get harder to find. And even with as much as people are wanting them, I don't foresee these getting reprints. The only one that I actually have that I think might be getting redone, because there was talks about it, which if they do this one, a redo, then they'll most likely do its sequel. But so we have here Trails from Zero and Trails to Azure. And the reason that I actually include these on here is because this is actually a duology that takes place in Crossbell, and so and the talks are for the third chapter, and then they were debating on doing like a remaster here for Trails from Zero. Which, if they do that, then obviously they go to Azure. And now I'm going to say this: the reason, if you are a Trails fan, the best feature for any of these Trails games, like any of these Trails games, or even the ones that I'm not showing currently, the best reason to be able to pick these up on the Switch is just the portability factor. That alone makes it worth getting. And for both of these games here, you're actually looking at above retail is what these are going for right now. I don't know if these were just like really hard to find, but yeah, where did it go? You're looking at, even on just the regular prices for new, this is just the standard edition. I'm seeing prices for it for anywhere between $80 and $100 for Trails from Zero. Now, Trails to Azure is actually not as expensive as that one. It is going for, I have it here. It is actually going for around, slightly cheaper, around $75. So, but obviously this one here was the first one, and I rethink that that's why it's a little bit harder to find, and probably a little bit sought after a little bit more, since it is the first in the series. And the best part about it is that your save data from Zero will actually, if you get and then you play Azure, will transfer over into Azure. So that was actually another feature that they didn't have in some of the other iteration that they did for the other consoles. So that was another reason to try and pick it up for the Switch. Now, this is the Trails series. Now, from the Trails series, we actually go to the Tales series. And of course, every Tales, I don't know if how you want to call it, journey, I guess you could say, starts off. This was my very first Tales game, Tales of Symphonia. And this obviously is the remaster, and it is a very good remaster. Brought back everything from playing the original back to life with some added features. The graphics were a little bit better, just to get to the music and playing through everything. It was a really great game. And if you're actually looking at the price charting for this game, it is actually, I don't know why, but it seems that all these Tales games, they start off there at retail price, then they kind of just go down and they just get this one price, and then they sit there and they stay there. And I don't know why, but I know eventually it's going to have to just kind of go up, because I don't see these getting, actually, if any of these are probably going to get a remaster, redone, it's probably going to be Tales of Symphonia. It seems like every single time they want to do a remaster for bringing in the Tales games, the Symphonia is where they're just trying to cash in really quickly. And hey, you know what? That's fine. It's like the 10th. No, I'm serious. It's not the 10th, but it's been a few of them. So but it's going through around like $30 if you're looking for it for brand new, and it's just kind of just sitting there. It's not fluctuating too much below $30 as far as for if you're wanting to get it for new. Now, if you're wanting to get used, then it's slightly thing, but that's around like $20 to $25 is where I've seen it fluctuating and kind of staying solid at that price. And the same thing actually goes for this next game, which is Tales of Graces F. This is another fun action role-playing game, and yep, it starts off there, retail, kind of fluctuates and kind of goes down a little bit, and then gets to that sweet spot of like $30, and it just sits there. And yeah, obviously this isn't as old as Symphonia. This came out earlier this year, so it hasn't really had that much time for it to be able to make any changes. But yeah, it's still going like the same way as Symphonia. And so I just feel that just to be able to try to get these games would be, you'd probably be better off. I mean, you might can wait for a little bit longer for them before, like, I don't know when they will actually ever start to go up. They might not. They might just hold steady at $30 forever. I mean, who knows? I know I don't have a magic ball, but that's just where I've looked at and I've seen, and I think the $30 for these games, even getting them for right now, would just be something you don't want to sleep on it for too long. And we have the Tales of Berseria is coming out, and they're going to keep doing the remasters for these, but who knows when the next new one is going to come out. And if everything holds up, people are going to start getting into these series because there's so many different games out there. They have so many different entries into the series, and just people are going to want to try to pick up the later iterations of those games, especially if they play one and they really like it, they become a fan of the series, they're going to want to collect the entire series. So that means they're going to start buying them up, and I feel like at that time is when the pricing is going to actually kind of just start going up. It's just as people just want them, and then obviously there's the stock starts dwindling. You have the higher demand with low supply, price goes up. Basic economics. Now, this next one we actually have is the oldest one of these. I haven't played this one, although I bought it, and actually my wife started playing, but it wasn't her favorite. She wasn't feeling it for some reason. She didn't really give me a reason why, but I just haven't been able to get around to playing this, but I really want to. So you have Tales of Vesperia, or Vesperia, sorry. I don't know why I want to add an R in there, but maybe I'm thinking of Berseria. That could be it. But going through, just like all these other Tales games, it's an action role-playing game. I've heard really good things about this, that people like really love this game. So I don't know what it was just her, or maybe she just wasn't feeling it at that time. But the pricing for it is actually going a little bit more expensive than the other Tales games. It's going for around $40 if you're actually looking at it. So 35 to $40 is actually what it's looking around at. And so, and I don't see, like, when you look at the price charting for this, it's actually been kind of all over the place a little bit, at least as compared to the others, as far as the fluctuations going. But that's mainly for if you're looking to get it new. If you're looking to get it used, then yeah, it fluctuates a little bit, but it still holds steady on that line for, I think, for around, according to this, it's saying it's $20 used. I think that's a little low from when I was looking at these for trying to buy them. Even used is looking like roughly around $30 for what I was finding used. There is occasionally one for around $25, but the pricing for these, if you're looking, especially if you try to hit up and try to look on eBay, are just all over the place. So I try not to really go off of eBay too much, just because everyone wants to jack up the prices, get as much money as they can. I would prefer to kind of try and find maybe even, I don't know, I just feel like the pricing on Mercari is a little bit better than eBay, but sometimes you can find really good deals. So, but that's just an aside. So, but then the very last one that I actually have on the list just recently came out. obviously I have not been able to play it. Hasn't come. I have not received it yet, and that is for the remaster for Tales of Xillia. And yeah, if you're looking to get it, I mean, obviously it just came out, so you're looking at $40 to get it brand new. And I kind of see that pricing might come down a little bit more, probably closer to that $30 range is what just the Tales game seems to go for roughly. And so you might be able to wait on that for a little bit longer, especially as you get closer to Berseria being released. They might bring that price down a little bit. I don't know. That's just a speculation, but it could happen. Yeah, I mean, the best time to actually get any of these Tales games would have been during Black Friday, because I saw some of these on sale for like even $20. So that's probably affected the price charting a little bit too, because they include all the sales and everything that's going on. So people lowering their prices for that. But here we go. All these games here, great RPGs that you can get from two amazing series. And then, yeah, the Fire Emblem is a series, but this is kind of like a spinoff. So I don't know if you can actually include it as a true Fire Emblem game, but I guess it could be considered being part of the Warriors series, because you have like the Hyrule Warriors, Fire Emblem Warriors, Dynasty Warriors. So, and then obviously Slay the Spire is its own thing. But anyways, if you are someone new still watching, thank you very much for watching. If you like this kind of content, throw a like on the video, hype it up. Please subscribe if you're someone new. Thank you to all the old subscribers and the new ones that just seem to be coming in, trickling in like a few every single day. And it just, I don't know how, it just puts a smile on my face just to see even one or two every single day just coming in here and choosing to hit that subscribe button to watch me. And I can't thank you enough. Just thank you so much to each and every single one of you. I wish I could thank you by name, but I can't. But you know who you are. So thank you. And I really hope you all like this video. Look forward to more. Comment down below if you have any of these games, if you've played them, or if you've been on the fence for getting them, and maybe this video will push you a little bit more over the edge of wanting to actually go out and pick it up. I would be interested to find out about that. And yes, I am still in, obviously, for the season of giving. So for every subscriber, I'm donating money to the local animal shelter here, Hairball Haven. Going to try to help to give the rescued cats, provide them with either like some blankets, some toys to be able to, that they can do for their adoptive homes, help them to be able to get shots, or because some of them are just really sick and they just need some of the medicine and everything just to be able to help out with them to be able to reach and give more back to the community. So this is you helping me give back to the community too. So in a way, it's like all of you are helping to give to my community, but still give a good Christmas to the rescues, and just is something special. And I would like to be able to do something like this every single year. Just choose a different thing to be able to go back and help with all of you. So thank you all so much for watching. Again, I hope you all like this video, and I'll see you all next time.